And we're coming in live from the Built Ford Tough studio. I sounded fine before I put on the microphone. We're coming to you live from the Built Ford Tough studio. Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network and wherever you are in the free Odyssey app. Good. What the hell day is it? Wednesday morning. It is a Boomer Esiason birthday Wednesday. Happy birthday, Boomer. We'll, of course, have some stuff for you today that is tradition around here, and I know you're very excited for it. And for a birthday present, you got a couple of things. You got the New York Mets. You got that's not nice to say to yourself, Boomer. You got a couple of birthday situations yesterday. The Mets winning, and you find out who your first-round opponent is in the Washington Capitals. So happy birthday to you. Here comes Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Are you done? Are you done in there? I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yes. I'm 63 today, and it's hard to believe that I'm 63. I mean, I said this when I was 60, and I'm going to say it every day, every birthday from this point on, however long I last. But so here come the Alex Ovechkin-led Capitals who've come out of the graveyard, if you will. I mean, Nobody would have thought that 6 weeks ago that they would be where they are. And quite frankly, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
We don't have to worry about them.
I know, but we always play this. It feels like we play the same teams, and this is what the NHL wants. They want rivalries when they open up the first round of the playoffs. It looks like our game will be 3 o'clock on Sunday at MSG because the Knicks announced that they will be 6 o'clock on Saturday at MSG. So we're going to be going back and forth with the Knicks and the Rangers just like we did back in 1994.
Yep.
And there's a lot of similarities.
Sort of like we did last year, too. But.
Yeah, but a lot of similarities to 94, given the O.J. death and everything and how he's involved in, pop culture now. So there was an eclipse back then. There was an eclipse now.
There was a full solar eclipse in 1994?
I believe so. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, obviously that's something for us to hang on to. And the good news is that these guys from the Capitals are a lot older than they have been when they gave us a lot of trouble, although we did split with them this year. And the interesting thing is that Ryan Lindgren, one of our favorite players on the Rangers, his brother is the goalie for the Capitals.
Yeah, a little bit of a storyline spot there.
Yeah, and he shut us out, I think, the last time we played them. And, they are an older team. They're still a very skilled team. And then our old friend Tom Wilson will be in the house.
That's right.
And the last time that we were really talking about him is when he ragdolled Artemi Panarin
a couple
years ago. And we were not going to the playoffs that year. They were. And it was an embarrassing ending to that season. And it kind of typified where the Rangers are today, and one of the reasons why a guy like Matt Rempe would make the team or Will Cooley would make the team, because you want a team that's going to be stronger, grittier, and somebody that's going to be able to stand up to, this guy who's just going to be a pain in the ass. We all know he's going to be a pain in the ass, but this is what the playoffs are about. This is what you look forward to, and nothing is easy in these NHL playoffs, and I don't care 1-8. These teams just know each other way too well. And I just know that the Rangers cannot give them any room whatsoever in front of the net, because most of their goals, as I was reading about their team, come right in front of the net. I mean, they are not a team that is a high-flying team like they used to be. They're a much slower team, but they are a grittier team and a grinding kind of team. And that means you better protect the front of your net, and you better get ready to protect the front of your net.
Yeah, and we're going to find out who the Knicks play later on tonight. Of course, the winner of that game automatically gets the 7 seed between the Sixers and the Miami Heat, and then the New York Knicks will play that team in the first round. First game on Saturday night, so the Capitals and the Rangers have had many, many battles. The Heat and the Knicks have had many, many battles. The Sixers and the Knicks throughout the years in the postseason have not had a lot of battles, so that's going to be fascinating. At this point, I'll bring it on. Whoever it is out of their control. They're going to be playing their ass off no matter who it is. I guess if I had to make a choice, I guess I would say the Miami Heat that I'd rather play. And
why? Because of Embiid?
Yeah, just because of if Joel Embiid is great, he's going to be just such a pain in the ass to deal with. He's that good. He could be the best player in basketball when he's on.
You know what? Now, like Zach Edey got his points against UConn in the national championship game.
For Purdue,
All right, so Embiid can get his points. He's going to get his points. He's too good not to get his points. It's what you do with everybody else and how you obviously shoot the basketball yourself. And I'm so confident in both of these teams that I don't. Like I said, I didn't care who we as the Rangers.
Well, I think
played.
the Rangers should be more confident.
I think the Knicks got the number 2 seed, and when they are healthy, and they're only missing one of their players, and that's Julius Randle, who we've been talking about ad nauseum for 4 freaking years.
Yeah,
and we'll see where this team goes without him, and we'll see what his importance to this team is. This team got the number 2 seed, man.
No, I
mean, it's unbelievable that Tom Thibodeau, with all the injuries, and especially after OG Anunoby got here and the success that they had in January, and we were all like, "Oh my God, this is unbelievable! This is like the perfect guy." And then Julius Randle goes down, and then Anunoby goes down. He has surgery in the middle of the season, and somehow, some way, this team got to the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I just hope we don't look back at it saying that, oh man, the Knicks got screwed this year because the Philadelphia 76ers dropped down to the play-in series because Joel Embiid wasn't healthy, and then Embiid got healthy, and then all of a sudden they turned into this juggernaut. That's what I don't want to be saying, because that's a possibility too.
This is why I don't like this play-in seed crap. The NHL's final, especially in the Eastern Conference, has been chaotic, to say the least, the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it has just been 5 teams going for 2 spots. And last night, Philadelphia pulled the goalie in regulation. Score was 1-1. Tortorella knew that if he had any chance whatsoever, they had to win the game. Detroit wins another game late in the game by pulling their goalie and scoring with like 3 seconds to go in the game. I mean, it's been a mad dash to the finish, and that's a regular season. That's the way you want it to end because all your fan bases are engaged, essentially. The other fan bases that are at the bottom of the chart are engaged because they're thinking the draft and who's going to be drafted and where they're going to fall in the draft and all that other stuff. But I have to say the chaos in the Eastern Conference of the NHL is exactly what you want, and you don't have to add games. You don't have to add so if Embiid misses, let's say, I don't know how many games he missed this year, 20. Let's say he misses 20 games. And Philadelphia is unable to at least stay around 500, and maybe he's under 500 when he's not playing. They get a chance to make it to the playoffs by some stupid play-in game.
But hold on.
And the thing that bothers me also,
they were the 7 seed, so they would have made it in the old thing too.
But the fact is that they're still playing in a playing game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still there for them. They should be in the playoffs without having to play in some makeup pre-playoff tournament.
I don't mind it so much because you're also getting 2 more markets in there too with the 9 and 10 you wouldn't normally have. So.
Yeah, I know, but the regular season should be able to be enough for that. And the other thing I don't like either in the NHL, and this may actually benefit my team, and I've never liked this, where guys go on the long-term IR, their salary cap number is removed from the salary cap of the team.
Yep.
They can replace those guys at the trade deadline and by adding more money to the roster.
Yeah.
And now with the playoffs starting, guys can come back off the long-term IR and not have any impact on the salary cap. So you could be well over the salary cap. And, the Tampa Bay Lightning have done this with Nikita Kucherov. I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to do that with Mark Stone this year. We may do it with Phil Hedl. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Well, I mean,
I can't imagine it happening, but it may happen. He's skating. I'm not expecting it. I just hate that part of what the NHL allows because teams do put guys on IR at a certain time, knowing that they may need surgery, and then they'll be back like in 8 weeks. And then knowing that they can refill the roster because the salary cap is lessened because the guys put on long-term IR. I hate that in the NHL. So, I don't know.
Everybody playing under the same rules, so whatever. If you get a chance to do it, you get a chance to do it.
I get it. Again, going back to the Knicks, I think, I don't care who they play, they are a tough team. They are a tough team, and that's the thing that I'm probably most proud about watching this basketball team because it reminds me of the teams of the 90s.
Do you think that they would be favored in the series if it ends up being the 76ers? So I think they're going to be underdogs. And I think it's going to be almost significant.
You want to know something? Be underdogs and let Thibodeau tell Joe and Brunson and Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo that, you know what, you're not going to be able to beat the 76ers. And then watch them go out and beat them.
Yeah, well, I think they will ultimately beat them, but I don't think a lot of people will think that they will.
I don't care what a lot of people
it's good,
think.
but
Why do you care what a lot of people think?
I'm not saying I didn't say that I cared. I'm just telling you that I think that's going to be the case. That the Knicks will be the underdog. There will be people saying that they've got no chance, and Embiid they're going to get steamrolled. That's going to be the narrative, and I think that it's fueled them throughout the year. You've seen Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley and Shaq basically crap all over the Knicks the entire year. So I do think that this is another one of those chip-on-the-shoulder opportunities for them if it ends up being the 76ers, because there's not going to be anybody that's going to pick them other than Knicks fans.
Bro, honestly, and this, I swear to God, this works. This kind of stuff works.
I hope so.
I've been in locker rooms where coaches have done this, and it works. You take, those three guys that seem to be very popular on TNT, and you take a couple of their comments, you get your video team to splice them all together and play it to your team. And and let the team decide whether or not they want to believe that crap or they want to go out and prove those guys that listen, we're better than that. And and if you've watched the Knicks on a daily basis, and watching Jalen Brunson, that guy basically has controlled every single game that he has played in. And there are some bad games, and you know what he does when he has a bad game? Because man, I stunk it up tonight. Like, he owns it. How many other players in the league actually will own it the way he will if he doesn't play well?
Yeah, he is unique. And
the moment they got him, I didn't know how good he was. And then you remember that these guys were national champions, and you realize that Jay Wright saw something really, really special in these guys, and they have done it since they have gotten here. And obviously, Josh Hart got here half the year last year. Brunson's been here for 2 years. DiVincenzo just got here, played in all 81 games. Or 82 games, I guess, or 81 games, I think. When you think about it, that's championship bread, man. That is DNA.
You're going championship DNA.
That's
on me
what
right now.
I am definitely going with it. Most 40-point games this year. Only Luka Doncic has more than Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson had 11 40-point games. He has been. Yeah, I know he gets his shot, but he gets everybody else's shot too.
Yeah, and I think that those 11 40-point games are mainly a symptom of Julius Randle being out for as long as he was, because he had to just do more and more and more and more and more offensively since Julius Randle was out. So and he's been able to do that and answer the bell. And then you got Joel Embiid with 9 when he only played half the regular season games too. So.
Yeah, well, maybe he had to do it all himself too. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
When Anunoby is in the lineup and healthy, what's the Knicks record?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know that it's very, very good.
Very good.
Yes, multiple games.
And that's
over
with Julius Randle and without Julius Randle.
Yeah, it was exceptionally good with Julius Randle, and it's still very good without Julius Randle. Yeah.
I've been, I've been around a long time. Today's my birthday. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I do. I open the show with it, yes.
And I will say that in the last 25 years, this is by far the best, most enjoyable Knick team that I have seen. And
in how long you said?
I want to say at least 25 years.
Okay.
I go back all the way to 2000. Goes all the way back to
I know, the
when
night,
Sprewell and those guys went to the finals.
Yeah, it was the 1990, 98, 99.
Yeah, 25 years.
Yeah, it took 25 years with the LJ 4-point play.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
Yeah. All right, can I say that?
Yeah, no, you can very easily.
Do you agree with me?
I do, because I did not. Much like you, those Carmelo years felt like fraud years to me.
Yeah.
And the last of those teams, the 99, 2000, and a couple years after that with Sprewell and Allen Houston. And then things fell apart. Even though they made the playoffs in 2004, they ended up getting swept by the New Jersey Nets at the time. So, yeah, I would agree.
I'm telling you right now, this team plays defense.
Yeah.
This team flies around. This team, even though Jalen Brunson has the ball in his hand 90% of the time, I feel like, does pass on offense and is perpetual motion on offense. They tip balls, they steal balls, they offensive rebound. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to see them. It's just like I can't wait until Sunday for the Rangers.
Well,
I just can't wait to watch these guys now, and the total intensity package is going to be turned up.
Yeah, this is what we have been waiting for years and years. We got a little bit of a taste of it last year, but you got a 1 seed and a 2 seed now going into the postseason with home court and home ice advantage, and we're going to see them over the weekend. We're going to come in here Monday, hopefully flying after both game ones and a couple of wins. Let's just hope that is the case. But I mean, you're right. It's got a different feel than it did last year. Even as good of a regular season as the Rangers had last year, this is clearly different. I mean, they had the most points in the league. They had the most points in their history in a regular season.
It's the greatest regular season in Rangers history.
And for the Knicks, to be the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, only behind the 60-plus win Celtics, it feels a hell of a lot different than it did last year as well.
To me, a team is really. When you look at the Knicks, they are a team. They have, I will say, one superstar right now, and that's Jalen Brunson, who's leading the way. And he is as tough as they come. He's tough as nails. His size, where he goes on the basketball court, I think everybody can appreciate it that has ever played basketball. If you played point guard out there and you're listening to us and you've watched Jalen Brunson play the position, it's not an easy position because there are so many decisions you have to make, but the decision-making is one thing. The physical part of it and going to where he goes on the basketball court in order to be able to get his shot is a completely different set of circumstances. And how many wuss bags we've had at point guard that would never do what he does.
Well, like how many wuss bags do you think? Can you name
many,
a couple?
countless.
Name a couple wuss bags.
You know who they are. I'm not naming names. I'm just saying this guy plays it at a level that this is the way you play when you're a championship player.
Marbury, would you call him a wuss bag?
I don't know what he was doing. He was in a Cadillac Escalade somewhere doing something. I don't know what. I don't ever get the feeling like Jalen Brunson has ever left the Knicks since he's been here. He's been all in. He's an all-in player.
Well, sure. I mean, his father was a New York Knick. His father is still around. He
his dad was in a
situation.
totally different generation. I mean, if you want to be great in today's world, in whatever sport you're playing, you got to be all in. You can't be out screwing around. You can't be out, doing other things
can't
late
be James
at night.
Harden.
Right. You can't be doing that stuff and expecting to win a championship. The other teams are just too good. There's too many good players. So this particular team I feel like they're just incredibly focused, which is something that you can appreciate.
All right, Boomer and Gio just getting started on this Wednesday morning. We're going to get Jerry Recco in here to give you the update with all the baseball that you had last night with the Yankees losing again and the Mets winning again. Give yourself a fresh start.
It's a Met town, by the way.
What's that?
It's a Met town.
It's a Met town right now?
Oh, yeah.
Blue and orange Met town.